Hi, welcome to Zazzle Chat. Today I'm here with Alex. Alex, what's your title?
I am a Senior Product Launch Manager here.
And what does that actually mean to designers?
That means I'm responsible for launching products and shepherding through the whole launch process, and so I have a lot to do with what the final product looks like.
Yeah, so it may seem like all these products are just, they come up and they pop up and we announce them on the forums, but they actually take a lot of hard work, a lot of tech goes behind it, and so Alex helps manage that process. Fun fact, Alex and I actually started at Zazzle the same day, which was many moons ago.
Almost 5 years.
Almost 5 years. So in all your years of launching products, what's your favorite Zazzle product?
It's actually a recent one. It's these vinyl contour stickers.
I know, they're so cool, right?
So.
I have some on my laptop, and you have some on your laptop, and I know the technology behind that was actually pretty complicated. So we're really excited to have that product go live.
Please design on these.
So today we're going to dial it back to basics. We are in the middle of the wedding design challenge, and I'm seeing some amazing, beautiful designs, but I want to provide a tip for some designers who may be new to the platform. One of the criteria for this year's design challenge, and probably for the design challenges moving forward, including our holiday one and other ones that may come up, is the issue of templates. And I know we wrote that in the rules, it's going to be something we look at, but I'm seeing some beautiful designs that aren't actually producing templates. And instead of, chastising you, I want to make sure you guys actually understand what that means. And so Alex is here with me today to actually walk you guys through the process of creating templates and what that means. So first of all, templates. Let's show you guys some products first, so you guys understand what this means.
The difference between a templated product and a non-templated product.
So let's move to the laptop. So I'm on this beautiful funny baby shower invite, and it's funny baby shower, you're pregnant, and on the back side it's got places that a customer can include, some notes. But when I go to the right side, it says customize, and when I click on that, it takes me to the design tool. Obviously, you can kind of click in and write the description, but it is an extra step. And so some customers who are on mobile, that step is
a little more challenging.
A little more challenging. Yeah. Especially, how much more traffic are we seeing going to mobile these days?
Half of the traffic that we're seeing is now or more than half is now on mobile. So it really behooves designers that want to sell products to create templates, because it's much easier for customers to customize their products or add their own information on the templated products.
And we're seeing like more than half, but that number has been steadily increasing over the past 4 or 5 years.
With smartphones and tablets, we get a lot of traffic now through mobile.
So this is an example of a product that does not have a template. Now let's go over to this antique Mickey and Friends mug. So same, the mug, there's design fields, but on the right side,
instead of customize, it says personalize.
So what does that mean? When you click it open, it says last name. I can change it to Chang. You can put the names, and you can see it automatically changes the template without the user having to go
into the
design tool.
Yeah.
Which can be daunting for a lot of users, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit like opening the design tool is meant to be a place where you create designs, and so it has all the options of, like a Photoshop, or not all of them, but a lot of them. So that's really daunting for people who aren't used to editing things or creating content. This is much easier. They can go in here. It's very clearly labeled. Put your last name here. Put your the other names here, the year, and then add your own images. This is just a much easier interface for customers. So we built this because we wanted to make it easier for customers to customize designs that designers make.
And I just want to call out how easy this template is. It says last name, names, year, and then it says top left photo, bottom middle photo, right photo. So it's so easy for the customer to actually get what they're customizing on Zazzle.
Exactly, and on mobile it's the same thing. It's harder on mobile to click around and do things in a design tool, and here on the mobile, within a mobile experience, it's much easier for the customer to just go, oh, I do this, and then this, and then this, and then I'm done, and I buy it.
So let's hop over. What are some of the, why are templates important? What are the benefits to designers?
Well, there's a higher conversion rate, meaning if you create products that are templated, it's easier for customers to use them, so they're more likely to use them and actually purchase the product. Like I said before, it's easier to interface or work with templated products, especially on mobile. So with the higher mobile traffic, you're going to get more orders if you are creating templated products. And it's easy to go into the design tool, as I'm sure our designers know, and make mistakes.
Yes.
For templated products, you can limit what the customer is doing so that they're less likely to make those mistakes.
Yeah, so we actually found that non-templated products have a higher rate of return, and probably just because some of the errors that the user makes. Trust us, you guys don't like returns, we don't like returns. Returns are no fun for anyone. And so again, we're providing this feedback so you guys can have the best experience on Zazzle, and the customer can have the best experience on Zazzle. So we've talked a lot about kind of best practices. I think it would be really helpful if we actually walk them through you creating an actual template, and we can provide some feedback, real life feedback, and they can see it. So let's kind of go over to our computer screen. Okay, so let's do a mug. We're on a blank mug page. So we go
under the create your own section.
Yes, under the create your own section, we're going to add an image. Okay, let's start with just the Zazzle logo. And sometimes it's easier to like create the whole thing, and then.
Yeah, I like to start by creating the design, so I have the design I want. And keep in mind, I'm not a real designer, but talking to real designers, they often want to lay out their design the way they want it, and then convert it over to a templated design.
Trust us, just a small caveat, neither of us are designers.
Yeah.
So your design will hopefully be a lot more beautiful. This is really just to show you the functionality.
Yeah.
So let's start, we'll add the Zazzle logo.
Okay, we added a logo, but this could be any picture. And then I'm going to add some text here. So, oops. Oh, there we go, sorry. So I'm going to have, let's do first name. We'll pretend this is maybe a New Year's card. I don't know. Corporate New Year's card. And then we'll do last name. Beautiful.
And I think sometimes people put John Smith or first name or last name. It really is up to you and what looks best in your design when you're trying to merchandise. We don't actually have best practice on what to put in, but as long as it's self-explanatory enough that it's a field that you want them to change. You just added a year.
Yes.
I think a lot of our invitations have years in it. Best practices around this, we have some designs that are beautiful, but they say 2017 or 2015. So just to keep it evergreen, we suggest you kind of have a date that's more ambiguous, so you can have a longer lifetime of your product.
Yeah, I mean, if a customer looks at something and it says, is looking through the search results or looking at a page like on Google, for instance, and it says 2015, they may not know that they're going to be able to update that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, so now that I have my beautiful design laid out,
so beautiful,
I'm going to begin setting it up as a template. So over here on the right.
So yeah, in our new design tool, this little preview pane pops up, and that was a feedback when we were designing the new design tool, that they like seeing the product while they're designing, but because of space, it kind of pops up. Just so you know, with that little plus and minus sign, you can hide it. And so, especially with this, you have to hide it, so you can see the the template field. So if you hide it,
I've just turned on make this a template object.
So yeah, that's simple enough.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some best practices to that. So below it says product page label. So what does that actually mean?
This is the label that's going to appear on the front page. So if I jump over here right now, you'll see it's already become a template. And so you see this right now. It says image 1. That's not very useful for the customer. So if we go back in and we change that to say center logo.
Makes more sense.
Yeah, this will be much clearer to the customer or when they come here.
You actually said center logo J.
Oh.
But you know, the thing is we haven't
meant to
published
do
it,
that.
so we can do that.
We
But
can
let's go
correct
back to edit.
Select
The parameter and then you remove the logo. So center logo. Okay, so that makes sense. What does this URL parameter name mean, though?
So there's a Zazzle API that this is used for, which is a much bigger topic. But for templates in general, the easiest thing to remember is for your images, for your copy that you add, the different text fields, they are sorted in that exterior menu item by this. So if you had multiple images, you have image 1, image 2, image 3, they'll appear in that order because it's alphabetical or numerical. If you have different names here that you want to name them, like let's say you had apple and orange, but you wanted orange to appear first, you can really easily sort it that way. So I'll just put one orange, and I will then, why don't I just create a quick duplicate of this, just to show. We've got one orange, and so now I'm going to change this to apple. And so now when we go to the front page and we look at this, you're going to see that, well, I did a terrible job of that.
So yes, but in a sense, if we said center logo and right logo,
yes.
Let's go back just to show them. Center logo, and then this is going to be right logo.
Sure.
And we click done, and we go back to personalize this template. You will see the right logo is after center logo because we named it 1 orange and 2 apple.
Apple.
You don't even have to say orange or apple. You can just say 1 and 2.
True, definitely.
So just to make it easier for you guys.
If you want the ordering of your images or your copy to appear in a certain way, this is the way to do it in the URL parameter. And it 1, 2, 3 will work, A, B, C will work. It doesn't really matter what you put in here.
Yeah, on something like, I'm going to delete that, but on something like this mug where there's essentially going to be 4 fields, it's not that big a deal because it's going to be like first name, last name, image, year, right?
Yeah.
But for invitations, for example, where there's many fields of like dates, location, bride's name, groom's name, you know, where it kind of gets complicated, you want to make it easy for the customer. Yeah. Remember, we're always thinking about the customer and their experience. So how can you make it easy for them to fill it out in a logical sense? So that is what that's for. And so, again, cool. So yes, product name, URL parameter. What's this inner fit fill mode?
So yeah, there's 3 settings you can do for any particular image. One is none. None is going to allow customers to upload their image, and it will just appear as if you were uploading it to the design tool.
So if it's a small image or a large image, no difference?
Well, a large image would take up maybe the entire face of the mug if it was large enough. A small image would be, you know, maybe a tiny thing when in fact you want to fill up a larger space. So if we're assuming your design of this this cool Zazzle logo, you want the customer to use that entire space, you would want to hit fill. And what fill does is it will take the image and enlarge it so it fills the entire design space here. So if you were to put a landscape image here, a wide image, it would zoom in so that the top of that wide image filled all the way to the top and bottom of this Zazzle logo. If you do a fill is different. What fill will do is it will fill the image to the edges of the templated image that you've included. So if you had that same landscape image, and the customer uploaded a landscape image here, which is wide, it would, the width of it would end at the edge of the Zazzle logo, and there'd be some space on the top or bottom. So for most designs, you're probably going to pick fill because you'll want it to look best, especially if you have maybe multiple images, templated images, and you want each one to look nice when the customer uploads their image. Fill is probably your best bet, but there are cases where you want to just do fit or none.
Yeah, so yeah, I would say most of the times we suggest fill, because that's the best. Our in-house designers, brand partner designers, use fill.
Yeah.
But if you have a case for fit, feel free to do that.
One note in terms of fill is the nice thing about fill is it does fill the whole image, and sometimes customers think that someone's going to fix their uploaded image for them, and so if you put as fit or none, even though the customer uploads their image and it doesn't look right, they may just say, oh, they're not going to make that the wrong way, but the truth is we're going to make it exactly as they uploaded it. So fit protects your design a little bit from customers making wrong assumptions.
Yeah. So cool. So now we get the image fill, and this is specific to images.
Yes.
Allow editing on product page. It's automatically checked on. Unless you actually know the back end, we suggest that's always on. So that's probably 99% of you.
Yes.
And if you want to learn a little more, there's a little a pop-up, and it's related to our Zazzle API. But we don't really want to get into it, but we suggest allow editing on the product page. And then force customers to replace image with their own content. And that's something new that was added, and that we've gotten good feedback. But basically,
yeah, you may have an image that you want to put onto your design that you don't want customers to order. Customers sometimes just order what's on the, you wouldn't think they would, but they may order.
Yeah, so they order someone else's wedding photo.
Exactly. Or maybe just a picture of a dog. Maybe it's your dog and you don't want your dog to be produced on this. You can check this box and it will require the customer to update the image. Another example is if you're using, say, stock photography and you don't have the rights to produce actual physical products with that image, you can check this box and customers will be required, they won't be able to check out until they've updated that image with their own.
Yeah, so I'm going to say yes, we want to force people. I'm just going to change this to 1. Cool, so this is our logo. So our logo image will appear first. And then let's go back and let's turn first name into a template. Let's see. More options.
I think you need to scroll down. There you go.
So you have to scroll down. It's hidden. Scroll down. But yes, let's make this a template, and just change the text 1 to first name. So it's very obvious what parameter. We're going to change this to 2. And
some designers will say something like, add your first name here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever works best with your design. That's where you have a little more creative room to wiggle. And then template product, again, last name. I'm going to name this 3, so it kind of goes. And then here, the year, template, year, and then 4. So our beautiful mug, you can easily personalize.
You can see first name, last name, year. They're in the order that we want because most people would want it to be in first name, last name, year. Yeah. So if you ever look at this at your design, and the templates aren't looking in the order you want, go and update the URL parameters to order them however you'd like. And that's
yeah, and that's how you publish a product.
Yeah.
So if you have any more questions, we actually have these steps written out in our help center. So we'll provide the link at the bottom of this YouTube page, and you can check that out. But this is really important. Again, it helps with conversions, it helps with customer experience, and it helps you guys sell your product better. So if you have submitted a design to the design challenge or plan on submitting it, take a look at this, learn it, and use it from now into, hopefully, as long as you design on Zazzle, which is eternity. So until next time, thanks.
Thank you.